Yes, hello again. It's Massive Shot with another video. Yeah, like I said today on my Twitter, I want to do a quick rundown to avoid or to clear any confusion uh, that we may have had because there's been a couple of chats talking about the same thing in a different way. So I would like to do justice to that and as short as possible. So first, I like to show you the, even though I've been discussing this uh, in my private channel, uh, like for some weeks now, a couple of months back, we look at DJI, which is Dow Jones Industrial Index. We look at the Dow Jones Transportation Index, and I chose Apple. Just pick Apple because there are a couple of tech stocks that also have strong correlation with BTC, but I chose Apple just as one of them. All right, so first we look at the correlation of these three to BTC, and then we look at the USDT dominance, which we know has inverse correlation with crypto market and especially BTC. So we'll look at the breakdown on the higher time frame, and then finally we look at BTC chart itself on the higher time frame. So this will give us what the level to look out for and what we should look at the coming what we should look out for in the coming weeks. So without further ado, let's get to that. All right, so I'll start with Dow Jones Industrial Index. All right, so I won't go into details, or I just want to show you quickly the correlation. You can go back and check it for yourself, right? And this has been used for many years, even before the advent of crypto. But it, it's always good to use it in conjunction with the Dow Jones Transportation Index. So what that means is, if, for example, there's a breakout on Dow Jones Industrial Index, there should also be a breakout, right, on Dow Jones Transportation Index. If there is divergence, then we have to wait. We always have to wait for confirmation to make sure that both are saying the same thing, right? So yeah, and then Apple. So let me show you. If you look at major point, if you look at, okay, let's start from, this is August, right? This week starting from 8th and 15th of August, right? There's a turnaround on Dow Jones Industrial Index, and if you look at Dow Jones Transportation Index, that same time, you can see this is the 8th of August ending 15th of August. It's a turnaround as well at this point. Mind you, we have been looking at this parabola, which I shared with the private channel. Then I was aiming for a retest right here, which we had, and then we had this terrible breakdown or decline over the course of the next weeks. All right, so but yeah, so the turnaround on the 8th and 15th of August, as we were talking about, and we see Apple as well. You see the week starting 8th, 15th, you can see the same thing. Yeah, so if we look at BTC and we look at the same date, so this I'm looking excuse me, so this is 8, started 8th of August, then 15th of August. You can see the same thing, that so exact mirror of, So if let's look at another major turning point. So right here you can see this a very crucial support, and when price reach there on Dow Jones industrial index, you can see uh, so we look at 26th ending 3rd of October, sorry, 10th of October, yeah. See a rally, and if we look at the same thing on Dow Jones DJT now, we see 26 September and then towards 10th October, we can see the same rally. And if we look at Apple, uh, so we look at the 26 September towards 10th, you can see rally. And if we look at BTC as well, you see this is 26 September, yeah, 26, then 10 October, you can see rally as well. So that's another correlation. If yeah, you can check it, you can flip back through the years back, you see the same thing. All right, but we don't have time for that, right? So now, like I was saying, DJT has to, we don't want to see divergence. Okay, we want to see if there's a breakout should happen on both ends. If there's a breakout should happen on both ends. That hasn't happened, then we have to wait. Then we can get confirmation that okay, this is the direction of tech stock or crypto or what have you. All right, so now we were looking at this private channel. We saw this breakout, and I said, yeah, we had a breakout here, and all we have to do, we have to wait for same breakout here. We have to wait for this other block to be broken. All right, but that did not happen. We saw a rejection, and I began to say, you know, nah, my confidence as a bull is going down. All right, even though we had a breakout, yeah, but we haven't had a breakout in DJT, and see what happened this where we are at the moment. Though this to me is still a breakout because we have not broken down exactly the SR, and we are still within this breakout candle. I can see um you can see this block is still holding, right? But the point is we had a rejection here, and now we are looking to look at this 0.38 on the Fibonacci has been broken down. All right, so this is not a good this is not a good sign. It's not a good sign. We want to see a proper breakout, and so now we have to examine this very well over these coming weeks. If we eventually break down or we break below this candle, then it's a sign that there's a weakness in the market, just like this is showing us. So at the moment we are looking at this uh, uh, divergence, and they are heading to the same direction now, if you permit me to say that. And then the same thing happen. We can see clearly we are forming a series of high. Now we have a lower low because we are broken below the last low, and then we fail to form a higher high, and now it looks like we want to form another lower low, which is not what you want to see as a bull. All right, so and this is a breakdown already, unless something happens next week, and just like we had here, because here we were going to have a breakdown, but it happened, it ends up being a morning star. All right, and we rally that's from June towards August ending. Right, uh the same thing might happen here, but I doubt it. To me, it's looking like a proper breakdown, and we have all this liquidity if you permit me to use the language. And we have a level here that's 99.09 level, and we have this level here. So these two levels for me is where I'll be looking for uh to go long, or to become extremely bullish. All right. Or if we reclaim this level, and you know, which, yeah, might happen, might reclaim this level and start to break out. All right. So yes, that's that about correlation. In another video I'm going to go deeper, you know, details about correlation and all. But let's go into USDT dominance, which you know is uh, uh has been my guide, my map for you know, as long as you know me. Right. So yeah, so USDT dominance has inverse correlation to BTC and crypto. So which means if USDT dominance is going up, then crypto market is going down, and vice versa. Right. So let's quickly do something here. If you look at, since TradingViews started giving us the data for this chart, we can see clearly that it has been an up move. It has been like the USDT dominance has been like in up move like forever. All right. So if we start to map out some of these, we have this other block that led to the breakout here, and then retested it, and then we broke this high again with this block right here. All right. With this block, um we aim to retest it here, and then up we go. And then we have this that led to this that broke the last high. All right. And then we tested it, and then we have this again. I broke this, and then up we go. So we can see it's like layer upon layer, and then this is the block, the one that led to this final one that we add here. Okay, can be argued that we have one here. All right, but to me, because if we follow what we have historically, you can see it's layer on top layer on top layer. We have this one that has not been mitigated, so it makes sense to, you know, to have this as a point of reference or point of interest, if I can use that language, and I can map out this level, which is quite clear. We have this resistance, rock, and we are yet to retest that. So this level and this level are where, no, now we have established those level as a point of interest, right? Okay, now where are we? So I'd like to map out the range at the moment, because we have a couple of areas we can map the range from: this high, this low. However, I like this. So to me, I like this range. All right, so we have one here, and then we have this range. Why am I using this? Because of this this block that has not been mitigated. All right, so yeah, so we might this might hold this range or this one. It doesn't matter, but what matter is what I'll be aiming to see, or what I want to see is I want to see like a draw here, like take out this eye, just like we had here, right? Take out this eye and yeah, aim this, that this to retest this this level, or take out this to retest this block. Either way, for me to be extremely bullish, I want to see this eye taken out, and then we know that it's going to be a very good ride, either to this level or to this level. All right, okay, now so let's go to the Bitcoin chart itself. All right, so this chart is not, it's not new to you if you are not new to my Twitter. All right, yes, I've been talking about this for a couple of months. Like, I want to see my red line come up, and yes, I'll believe the bottom is extremely close. And at this, the red came out I think about 2 weeks, was it? That was last month. All right, so what's the logic behind my red line? So I'm going to show you quickly. So it's not about monthly volume. So you can see this, I put a threshold here because I've looked at it historically, that when we add volume cross this line, then it signifies, or it signals bottom. All right, so this red line is not the main point. The main point is the next candle. All right, just like I've put the mark of this mark here. All right, so the point of interest is the next candle when after the red lines add across, we cross this, and then this is the candle, right? So we cross this line here, and then we add this candle, then rally. All right, but what I want to bring out here is the low of that candle. So if we are going to map out, just quickly map out the low. Yeah, so if you look at this, when we add this volume, huge volume crossing the threshold, the low of that candle, like we have here, the low of the candle, yeah, after the red line appears, if you enter, all right, if you enter after the red lines appear at the low, then you, let's see the rate at which, even if price goes lower than that, how low, you can see this the low, and we just cross the low a little bit lower, but this, at this point, this place, we never even take out the low, just rally off like that. And the same thing here, this was the low, and then, you know, even though we went lower, but it was just like just a little lower. So it when we cross this, uh so when we cross this, with the exception of this one where we have to cross it 2 times before or eventually rally off, all right, before. But apart from this one, you see that anytime we cross this threshold, it signifies the bottom, and then now instead the red line has appeared right here, but it I mean it's controversial. Yeah, it's controversial because it touched it but never crossed. It touched it but never crossed. But you see the previous one, it always cross it, always cross it. Apart from what we have here, so yeah, it's still valid in my book because what we have here, it touched, it never crossed it, but yeah, it was bottom, yeah, it bottom out, and so that's why I said uh the red line appears, and yeah, if you look at the low just like we have here, so if I map out the low, if I map out this low, sorry, that's not what I want to use. So that's 15.4. No, sorry, yeah, 15.4 is the low of this candle. Yeah, so even though we are going to go lower, it shouldn't pass like 14, just like if you look at the historic, however, never fade unless we want to argue about this one, which it has to cross about 1 2 3, but uh to me it doesn't matter, right? It's still, so even the only thing we might want to argue is if we still have a red volume mount that cross above this, then we might have to shift this red button. But for now, for what we are, we can say 15.4 is the low, and even if we are going to go below that 15.4, we should not be going deeper than 14.5 or what have you, just like we have had in the past. Let's look at the chart proper. I'm going to take out this volume, and yeah, so let's look at this chart proper. All right, so months back, we I talk about this double top, and the target is 12,690 or thereabout, and then we have this monthly order block around that same place. Okay, we have this, which start from 12,000 then to 9.8k. That's a monthly order block that's not been mitigated. All right, but for this double top, the target is 12,006 area. All right, and then we have this trend line. If we look at it, we have this support, and then, so because we add a couple of, it has acted as, or it has been acting as support a couple of times or a number of times. Let me shift this bit. Yeah, so we have this 1 2 3 4. All right, then it hasn't touched it yet. Okay, you have to be very careful here. Yeah, so you have this 1 2 3, all right, 4, all right, and this would be the feet. So it's possible that this we hold, or just like we add there, we form a wick below this line before we add it off. And finally, right, for I want you to look at it carefully. For all the month that we add, that we have reversed, or we have formed a low, you see we have this hammer, or kind of, sometimes might not be hammer, but we have this reactional candle. If you look at this one, where is the low again? Look at this one. This one. Look at this one. Hammer, right? Look at this one. This is not really hammer, but you get what I mean. But the next one, this one looks more like an hammer. And we are not just looking at just any hammer candle. We are looking at the one at the point of interest. All right, this is at the point of interest. This is at the point of interest. This was at the point of interest. This was at the point of interest. This was at the point of interest. So we haven't had that yet. We have not had that yet. So when we eventually have that reactional candle, we can say for certainty that, or no, let me use the word certainty. We can say that yes, this is where we reversed. This is where we reversed. This is the low. But I'm not confident, even though I'm in a long trade. You know, if you check out my last video, I'm in a long trade where we use this Bitcoin production course that entry, yes, we use it to form our decision to go long, right? So, but this video is independent of that, right? I'm not, if I think price is going to visit this 12k to 9.8k, I can start buying from 14.5k or 14k, which if we eventually even go to the worst case possible, which is 9.8k, that will be like 40% down. But I'm not confident holding from 16k to that will be 60% down, right? But I can start buying from when we touch this line, which we you know, I think by that point, so that we form a double bottom, or we go lower than this candle of interest, and that will be around 14 point something ish. All right, and then yeah, however, if we break down this line and we are looking at this block and this, that will be 12k ish. I'll be, no, I want this trend line to be touched, then I got, yeah, and I'm still holding the long. I'm still holding it, and just like I explained in the last video. But the buying I'm talking about is to buy, like go hard, you know, all those stuff. And I can start buying from this line, buying it little I need to. But if we manage to touch this 12.6k, this is where I'll buy. If I like, I'll leash out my USDT so bad, right? And yeah, just wait for what happens. And I don't want to talk about this, but you know what it means when we break out this trend line. Then, but I like to if you know me, no massive, I like to go at the at the bottom. You know, I want to go in at the very bottom. Yeah, so I don't want to wait for this trend line to break before I go in. I want to start buying from, you know, from here, you know. I like to buy from here, you know. So if we still manage to buy from here, it's not bad. Still manage to buy from here, it's not bad. It's still a huge profit, right? So, but yeah, I don't want to wait till this trend line break before I start buying. So yeah, that's it. uh, so I'm sure. And yeah, so if this happens, then it might mean that it will be something like this, like where we trade below this low be a bit, and maybe probably touch this 14k ish, and that will just correlate like inversely with this what we really want to see with the USDT dominance. So yeah, that's just, I hope it clears all confusion. And yeah, for now, because I sometimes I just wake up and be like, I hope I've not confused my followers, with yeah. So if you have any question, drop in the comment, and please don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and yeah. See you again soon, and I wish you a happy holiday. Bye.